What's up, guys? So today we're going to go through a push workout with a focus on shoulders. I'm going to give you some tips on how you can grow your shoulders and get that nice cap look going. Alright guys, we're down in the gym, just at the bottom of my apartment complex. We're going to do a push day today. So, like I told you guys, I do 2 push days a week. On my first push day, I like to focus on my shoulders, and then I'll hit some chest and triceps. Today I'm going to be focusing mostly on my delts, and I'm going to give you guys some tips on what I do to help grow my delts. And actually, delts and chest have always been kind of my weak points, and part of that is because I wasn't training them correctly. I'm going to show you guys what I was doing wrong and what I commonly see done wrong in the gym. And then same goes for chest. First off, let me start by saying there's actually 3 heads of your shoulders. So if you look at my shoulder here, there's the front, or the anterior, the side, or the lateral, and then, hard to show you guys, but the back, the rear delt, or also known called the posterior. So on my push days, I really focus on the lateral and the front. The front you'll hit a little bit from pushing movements with chest, and then I just like to work the lateral because I'm trying to get that nice cap going on my shoulders here. And then rear delt, I might hit like 1 exercise on push day, because then with the rear delt, you're hitting that a lot with a lot of your pulling motion. So when you're doing like back and bicep lifts, and so I really focus on rear delts on pull days. But I will show you guys at least 1 rear delt, but I'm gonna take you through what I typically do on a push day for my shoulders. So I'll show you some of those clips. I'm gonna start with an overhead press. So yeah, I always make sure to hit some kind of overhead movement, lateral movement, and I usually hit 2 lateral movements on my push days. Something for your front delts, and you're hitting your front delts a lot, like I said, like bench press and chest movements, and then usually 1 rear delt. So we'll start with barbell overhead press. So I like to start off all my shoulder workouts with an overhead movement, because you're going to be hitting all 3 heads of the shoulder. So I like barbell. You could also use dumbbells. You kind of have more freedom, range, but I like doing the barbell. I probably need some work on this lift, so like I said, I haven't been training shoulders the correct way for a while. So let me do a set here. You're gonna want your hands to be like just outside of shoulder width, and make sure you're just keeping the bar like right under your elbows. And you're just gonna push up, and as you push up, once it gets past your forehead, you're just kind of push your head through. So it's gonna be hard for you guys to see that, but let's see what we can do. Okay, so like I said with shoulders, what you don't want to do is recruit a lot of your other muscle groups, like your back and your traps. So you want to retract the scapula. So how you do that is you're gonna shrug up, pull your shoulders back a little bit, and then down, and you're gonna be nice and tight there. So on this overhead press, you're gonna be just like I said, just outside of your shoulders, and get the bar. And it's gonna be straight up and straight down. You got everything tight here, elbows in. So. And you don't have to go that heavy, so you go up, pull the head, push the head through, straight down, you can put it right there, up. See how my head's coming through? Bar's going straight up and down. Keeping everything tight. You don't want to be using your back or your chest too much doing these, like, or your legs. So keep everything tight and really focus on just pushing this weight straight up and bring it down like controlled. So that's what I start off with. And you can do dumbbells if you want. And here's one thing I commonly see done incorrectly with the dumbbells. You want to keep the tension on the muscle the whole time, so. Straight up, down, straight up, down. You don't want to be bringing them together at the top like that and clanking them. Just down, straight up. It's almost like you have a barbell. Usually I use the back support when I'm doing those, but you don't have to, or you can do them standing too. And like I said, the overhead press is really good for, it's hitting all 3 heads of the shoulder, but you know, it's also working your core too. So that's why I kind of like doing the standing barbell. But so that's what I start out with, and then I move into some lateral head stuff. So we'll go do that next. All right, dumbbell lateral raise. This is one you see everyone do at the gym, right? But I see a lot of people who do it wrong. So first of all, you don't need that much weight for it. I got 35s right here, which is well above what I actually would normally use on this lift, but I'm just showing you guys what I see people doing and what I used to do for the longest time. So they'll pick up some heavy weight and this is how they'll do it. And you can feel it work in the shoulder, but on this you're really using the trap way more than you want to. So you're using this heavy weight, and you're pulling with your trap and using your back, and you really want to just isolate the lateral delt, and you really want to just be hitting that. So let me grab some 20s. I normally use 15s or 20s. Okay, so back to retracting scapula. So again, you're gonna shrug up, pull the shoulders back, and then down. And your scapula is like this. It's like this flat part of your back here, and it's gonna retract the scapula, get everything tight, and you're gonna focus on just moving with your delts and keeping the tension on the lateral head of the delt. And what I like to do is I don't like to bring it all the way down to my side. I like to keep the tension on the delt the entire time. I'll come up, and I'll come down, and then I'll stop like right here and start going back up rather than bring it all the way down. Because right here, when you're just like this, you no longer have any tension on your delts. So right here, up, down, keeping everything tight. Up, down, up. So there's 20s, and that's on the heavy end of what I use. I might do a set or two of 20s, and I'll drop it down to 15. So I'm gonna grab the 15s. And you'll see all kinds of variations of this, like straight arm like this. Some people even have the elbows bent like this and leave it like this. I'm almost completely straight, but I have like a very slight bend in it, and it's a very slight bend in my arm. And you just want to feel a tight contraction. It's just from here to right here. And this is all you want to feel. You don't want to be working your trap. That's why you want to keep everything tight, like I said. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys the way that it's done wrong and what I see a lot of the time. So you'll see people getting really heavy weights. These aren't, but I'll show you what they do. So they'll grab them like this, and they'll be like kind of moving like this, and they're really using their trap a ton and using their back. They're activating their side delt from like here to here, and then from that point forward, it's like all trap. So here's the difference how it looks when you retract your scapula. So like I said, shrug up, shoulders back, then down. So they got everything tight like there, and and then you want to just focus. You don't need heavy weight, like I said. You want to focus on just using your shoulders, your side delt. So up, down, not all the way. Keep the tension up, down. Keep the tension, up, down. You're keeping everything tight. You're not swinging around using your other muscle. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to hit some lateral raises, side lateral raises on the cable machine, single arm. And I'm gonna do 2 sets with it behind me, and then I'm gonna do 2 sets with it in front of me. And I'm gonna get a lean going. I'm gonna be leaning away from the machine a little bit, that's so I can get like a real full range of motion to keep the tension on my my delt the entire time. So I'm gonna show you guys that now. Oh, and I'm gonna like I said, you get a lot of front delt from bench press. So I'm gonna do some chest later. So I'm gonna do 1 front delt exercise. I'm gonna superset it with this. I'm just gonna get a plate. I'm gonna do plate raises. So, and remember, like what I said, keep your scapula retracted and shoulders down. And keep everything tight. So let me show you. So we're gonna start behind. You want to keep your arms straight. Really work on your mind-muscle connection, just using your shoulder there, using your front delt there, and not recruiting your other muscles like your back and your traps. So really, you don't have to do a whole lot of weight. Just get a tight contraction, and you'll be good. And then, so I'm gonna do 3 more sets. I'm gonna do in front, I'll do back again, and in front. So, and we'll move on to the next thing. All right, here we're gonna hit some rear delt flies, hitting that posterior delt in the back, which is, I think, overlooked a lot compared to the other 2 heads, and it definitely is important to get that full roundness of your shoulder going. So, like I said, I do more rear delts on pull days, and this is a push day, but I'm still gonna hit 1 exercise here. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do just like a reverse fly, laying on this incline bench right here, and like with all the other shoulder exercises, you don't have to go that heavy on this. You can get some lightweight and make sure that you're just really pulling and squeezing with the posterior delt right here and getting a good contraction and controlling the weight, keeping everything tight. I mean, like what I say earlier, shoulder injuries are probably the most common in the gym, and I've had a lot of them as myself. So you don't need to go heavy, and just keep everything tight and go slow, keep the tension on the muscle, and get a tight contraction. So I'm gonna do a set for you guys here. It's hard for you guys to see a little bit, but I mean, you'll be able to see kind of how I'm doing it. And I just got 15s here. Alright guys, this is going to be the last lift that I do for my shoulders. It's also going to hit the traps a little bit as well. So it's going to be the upright row. And I like doing this with the Smith machine, but you can also do it with dumbbells or just a barbell. So you're just going to have it right here, right up to your chin, down, right to your chin. And the wider you hold the bar on this, the more you're going to be working that lateral head of your shoulder. The tighter you go in, like this, the more you're going to be working your traps. So since I kind of go in the middle, so right at about shoulder width. Alright, so that was the last lift for shoulders. I'm going to move into some chest and triceps. I'm not going to talk about those today, but I'll show you a clip of each one of them and I'll talk over it. Alright guys, so I'm just going to finish off my workout with a few exercises for chest and a few for triceps. And I'm not really going to talk about those at all. I'm going to do another video like this for chest, and I'll do another video where I give tips on triceps. But for this video I really wanted to just talk about focus on the delts and give my tips on that. So let me just recap the delts really quickly. Basically, when training the delts, you want to make sure you're hitting all three heads, so the front, the side, and the rear. And when you're training the shoulders, you really don't have to go that heavy. You just want to control the weight. So like I said throughout the video, retract the scapula, bring the shoulders down, and keep everything tight. And make sure you got that mind-muscle connection going, and that you're really focusing on hitting the part of the shoulder that you want to hit. Here I'm doing some chest flies, and I know maybe some of you might be thinking like this is a crazy amount of volume, but let me just say about that, volume is going to be very specific for the individual. I've been training since I've been like 14, maybe 15 years old. So what's that? It's like 11 or 12 years of weight training, so I require a lot of volume, and I don't mind it. I actually enjoy it, so it's going to differ for everyone. And if you need any help with designing a program, just shoot me an email. It's the email's down in the description, and I can design all different kinds of lifting programs for beginners, intermediate, advanced, and customize it to what you like. If you have any injuries, how many days a week you can lift, how long you can lift for. So if you need any help with that, just shoot me an email. Finishing off with some triceps here. And I think, nope, there's one more after here, and then that's going to be the end of the video. So thanks again for watching, guys. If you learned something, please like it. And if you enjoyed this video, there's more coming, so please subscribe as well. And have a great night or day, whatever time it is for you.
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Cocaine quarter piece, got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy inside my DNA. I got hustle, though ambition flow inside my DNA.